My video for January the 4th, 2020 is number 3325. The title is This Planet of the Lie is Run by Demons. Quote, "May you live in interesting times," end quote, has been said to be a traditional Chinese curse. Everything may be staged on this planet, and I do mean everything. Does that mean it's an illusion? To me, that is the wrong word, since it implies that it is not real. To me, wait a minute, I started to read the same thing again. What we experience is real, and we each have uniquely personal experiences. These are real to us. They have meaning, and how we choose to respond does have consequences. People often comment or ask why I keep harping on the same thing over and over. Part of it is simply frustration that verifiable positive changes are so slow in manifesting for the benefit of humanity. The motif of our rulers has long been divide and conquer. This is a twisted and demonic reality. War is profitable. Money is a ruse. I keep struggling for solutions, especially as I get older and see things getting worse. Yes, some also harp on proposed solutions, like Anna von Reitz and Paul Stramer, for example. I was part of that myself. But the system forced me to comply with their rules. I've told that story many times. I'm tired. I struggle to stay healthy in a world that is very unhealthy. Is God loving? Will honest humans ever be empowered? Faith has been all but destroyed. Hope is all I have left, despite hell on earth. I still wonder where I'm going to go when I reach the milestone of having completed 9 full years of making daily videos. But when I looked up May You Live in Interesting Times, it had different opinions as to where the thing originated. Some say, as I said in the blurb, that it was a traditional Chinese curse. Others say that was made up by Americans and didn't appear until, I don't remember the exact date, the 1960s, I think, but I could be wrong on that. And I have friends, of course, that keep saying, like my friend Steve, it's just an illusion, it's just an illusion. Well, illusion to me means there's fakery and it's not real, it's a trick. And yes, I do agree that we've all been tricked, myself included. When I say we've all, I mean all of us. But the greatest deceivers, as I see it, at least in the visible realm, are those that claim to be leaders, that rule by manipulation of the money markets, actually the creation of money itself. If I'm to believe how it all began, was a means of enslaving people without them knowing they were enslaved. And when I say they, I mean us. We were enslaved. We've been lied to in our religions, in our governments, in virtually all of our institutions that were corporatized. I know I've said that over and over again. Now, I was part of the thing to file affidavits and claim natural rights and declare that I'm a human being, not a corporation. I've jumped through many hoops that have been proposed by Anna von Reitz and Paul Stramer in recent times, but what they were doing was just, what they are doing rather, is just part of the Republic movement that I was part of. Same thing. And I have filed affidavits and a whole bunch of things. I probably still have most of them, if not all of them, in my huge amount of files that didn't get taken when my house was stolen. My filing cabinets and stuff were taken out and preserved when they were forcing me out of my non-mortgaged home, that they ended up finally stealing after 9-10 years of trying. They finally succeeded. And so people wonder, Ron, why do you keep talking about the same things over and over again? Well, I'd like to be able to say, oh, wow, look, there's evidence of real change. But I look at things like the recent bombing in Baghdad or in Iraq. I look at things that are going on in Australia with the manipulated weather. And it's manipulated weather, folks. These are not natural occurrences. Yes, I was part of praying and doing a meditation for the people of Australia, but it's not just something that's going on in Australia. This has been going on in Northern California with controlled weather. I mean, when all of these storms that seem to come out of nowhere, those are created by the manipulation of the elite agenda, the corporate elite. And corporations, again, that is our enemy, folks. Corporations, especially multinational corporations, are the enemy of humanity. They have to be stopped. Donald Trump isn't going to stop that. He's part of that. And the last thing that the elite wants is to empower ordinary people. And people say the reason the RV, currency revaluation, hasn't happened yet is because that will put money into the hands of the visionaries. And if you put hands into the hands of the visionaries before the elite are brought down, they will simply figure out a way to steal the money back again that was given to the dreamers like me. Is that true? I don't know. But I do know what is true. The world is filled with lies. And the people that run the show are not benevolent. I know you keep hearing me say that. If you listen regularly, it might get boring after a while that I keep harping on the same thing. But who takes responsibility? People say, Ron, they keep on telling me, it's up to us, it's up to us. Okay, well then empower us. Who's going to do when I say empower us, who's going to do the empowering? Who's going to take responsibility for equipping us for the massive job? And some people say, well, we need to arm ourselves. We need to take up weapons. And that only plays again right into the hands. They want war. They want the dissension. When I say they, I mean those with a malevolent agenda. That's their game plan, to divide us against each other into warring camps so that we are constantly butting heads and fighting. I'm not against any religion, any nationality, any political party. I am against those that do not tell the truth. And they infiltrate all of the things, all of the systems of our world. They have manipulated our religions. So people say, well, I'm a Christian, I believe the Bible. The Bible is a manipulated book. It contradicts itself. There are things that were supposedly inspired that have been left out. The lost books of the Bible. There's more than 66 that claim to be inspired words from higher up. And that doesn't just include the Bible. It includes the Bhagavad Gita, and it includes Buddhist writings and writings even of Muslims. The Quran has some good things in it, but like the Bible, it's also got some terrible things in it. It's a proponent of war, for example. But so is the Bible. And we have to be able to see through these things. My time is up. I thank you folks for listening, and I hope we get real change. Namaste.